Scott here. Welcome back to my channel. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button down below so you can get notified when I post new and amazing workouts, just like the one that you're about to do today. Today's workout is very simple, it's low impact, it's very easy, and it's not gonna take very much of your time. It's literally 17 minutes. You're gonna get your heart rate up, you're gonna burn fat, you're gonna be able to build muscle and get some nice tone in your muscles if you incorporate this into your workout a few times per week. The best part about this is you can do this from the comfort of your very own home. You need minimal equipment. The only thing we're gonna need today is 1 or 2 pair of bands and maybe a mat. And if you don't have a mat, that's perfectly okay. We'll get it done without a mat. Today we're gonna be hitting all the major muscle groups. We're gonna go through 5 different exercises. These exercises are gonna be done for time. Each exercise is done for 60 seconds each. If you're a beginner, that's okay. Take breaks as needed. Take water breaks, catch your breath, let your heart rate come down, and then as you progress and you start to become more fit, you can take less breaks over time. So after the 5 exercises, you can take a 60-second break in between each round. So we've got 5 different exercises and we've got 60-second breaks between each round. If you want to push yourself a little bit more, you can go without the breaks. This is your choice. Go at your own pace, and over time, you're going to become stronger and you're going to get more endurance and you're going to become more fit. I'm really looking forward to this. I hope you are too. Are you ready? Let's go. We're going to begin with running in place. So this is a nice way to start the workout. It's going to get the heart rate up. If you have knee problems, back problems, or hip problems, that's okay. Slow it down, go at your own pace. So we have a pair of bands here, okay, and we have the door attachment. And if you don't have a door attachment, that's perfectly okay. All you need is a chair, a table, or some type of pole. If you're outside at a park, in your backyard, just wrap this around a pole. But I have a door attachment, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this band and I'm gonna slip it through. And this, as you can see, it's got a little knot on the end, and that's gonna keep the band in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach this to the door. So the way we attach this to the door, we're gonna open the door and we're going to stick this through. And from here, now we are anchored to the door. So we're gonna go ahead and turn around and we're gonna grab onto this band. So as we grab onto the band, so it doesn't rub on your arms and irritate the arms, we don't wanna have it on the outside. We're gonna put the arm on the outside of the band and we're gonna grab the loop with our thumb. So we're gonna go ahead and start with running in place for 60 seconds. Are you ready? Let's go. So if you want more resistance, you can come out a little bit farther from the anchor, and that's gonna create more tension on the band. Stay nice and loose, stay on the balls of those feet, and if you can, work on shifting your hips from side to side as you're running. And if you have knee problems, you can slow it down and just kind of step. Or you can try and raise the knees up. Whatever you need to do to get that heart rate up, but just try to move. It's the most important thing here, is just to move. Okay, we just want to get that blood flowing, get the heart rate up. More tension, we move forwards. Less tension, we stay back. We can move forwards and back if you want. A little bit of running in place there. Run forwards and back step. If you want to push yourself, you can pick it up and go as fast as you possibly can. Time. All right, next we're gonna hit crunches, okay? So this is a great exercise for just basic core strength, the ability to just lift yourself up off the ground. So we're not gonna do full sit-ups today, we're just gonna do crunches. So you have 2 options here. We can either go crunches, body weight only with no resistance, or if we want to add a little bit of resistance, we can take this band, and once again, if you don't have the door anchor, you can just attach it around the pole. So I'm going to take this door anchor and I'm going to put it lower on the door this time, and I'm going to go ahead and close that door and make sure I'm nice and centered. So we're going to do 60 seconds of crunches with resistance. So you can go with resistance or no resistance. This is completely up to you. This is your choice. So we're gonna get ready to get started here. Lay down on your back, hold these bands right by the shoulders, exhale on the way up. Ready, and let's work. Inhale on the way down and exhale on the way up. Keep that chin tucked. If you would like to create more resistance, you can just reach back on the bands a little bit further. And time. Great job. All right, moving on to our next exercise, which is a chest press. This is good to strengthen your chest, shoulders, and triceps. So we're gonna attach this to an anchor about the same height as your shoulders. Go ahead and attach that. And once again, always make sure that your bands are nice and even. We're gonna have the right, just the even amount of tension on each side of the bands. So we're gonna go ahead and just like on the first one, which was the running in place, make sure the bands are going underneath the armpits, and then we're gonna loop your thumbs right here around the handles. So we're gonna go ahead and have a staggered stance. We're gonna have one leg out in front of the other, and we're gonna have a slight bend in the knees, okay? Keeping your chest up and shoulders back, we're gonna go ahead and push. As we push, we're gonna rotate out. So, starting here, and we're gonna push and rotate every time we push. So we're gonna go for 60 seconds straight. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Inhale back, exhale and push. Maintain good posture throughout this movement, keeping that chest out and shoulders back. Move within your pain-free range of motion. If you have joint issues and you begin this movement and you feel any discomfort, don't go beyond that point. So for example, if my shoulder hurts and I come past here and my shoulder starts hurting, this is as far as I want to go. So that's my pain-free range of motion. That's perfectly okay. Full range of motion if you have no joint problems. We're gonna go all the way back and get that stretch and push. Continue to breathe. Exhale as the muscle contracts. Time. Great job. All right, moving on to our next exercise, which is one of my favorites because it's almost like a full body movement. You're using multiple muscle groups at one time. So this tends to bring a lot of heat to the body and really gets the heart rate up. So for this one, we're gonna take our anchor and we're gonna move it down a little bit lower, just about the height of your hips or your pelvis bone. So we're gonna go ahead and step back, create some tension on those bands. And here, we're going to create a hinge at the hips. So we're gonna bend our knees and the hips are gonna go back behind us and we're going down into a squat. As we go down into our squat, we're reaching forwards, keeping that back nice and straight, and we stand up straight with good posture and we're gonna pull all the way back, pinching those shoulder blades together. Once again, bend the knees, all your weight's on the heels. Make sure when you're doing your squat, you don't bend forwards. You need to bend the knees slightly and you need to sit back like you're sitting back into a chair. Keeping the feet nice and flat, driving through the heels. That's how you squat correctly without getting unwanted tension in your knees. Also, when you squat, make sure you keep your chest up, okay? Keep your tailbone out. You want to avoid rounding of the back. Maintain good posture and good form through the whole movement. You're going to avoid a lot of injuries and a lot of aches and pains that way. So let's get ready to go into the squat movement. We're going to go for 60 seconds. Make sure your anchor is at hip level. Are you guys ready? And begin. Squat to row. Inhale down. Exhale on the way up. If you have injuries, if you have knee problems, if you have joint problems, don't go down so low. It's perfectly okay. If this is your pain-free range of motion, that's perfectly okay. If you have no injuries, then you better be going ass to the grass, all the way down. If you really want to push yourself, you can go at a fast pace and just go faster. You can get that heart rate up. Remember to breathe. Very good job. Okay guys, now moving on to a glute bridge. So you're gonna lie down on your back. This exercise is body weight only, no bands needed. We're gonna have a hip width stance. Both feet are pointing straight ahead, abdominals nice and tight. And you're gonna go ahead and begin to lift your hips off the ground, lifting up the tailbone first. So you don't wanna excessively overly arch the back. Stopping here at the top, squeezing. You want to contract and squeeze those glutes. You want a 2-second pause and bring yourself down nice and slow. Once again, back problems, knee problems, hip problems, move within your pain-free range of motion. So we're going to begin. Ready, and let's go. Pause, 2-second hold. Come down nice and slow. And back up. Your toes should be curled up off the mat. And you should be pulling in with your heels as you come up. If your toes are curled off the mat, then you know you're activating the right muscle groups during this movement. You can place the hands either on the hips or flat on the tiles. Two-second pause at the top and come down nice and slowly. Great job. All right, guys. So that was round 1. Go ahead and catch your breath. Let your heart rate come down a little bit. Grab a sip of water. Get your towel. Wipe your sweat off. And set your timer up for 60 seconds. If you're very tired, that's perfectly okay. You can take a 2-minute break as needed. And let's get ready to go into round 2. All right, guys, we successfully made it through round 1, and now it's time to blast through round 2. Once again, starting back from the top, we're gonna begin with our running in place. Make sure your bands are attached to your anchor, whether it's a door or a table. And we're gonna begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's go. Make sure to breathe. Maintain good posture throughout the movement. Keep the belly button drawn in. Keep your chest up high. Look straight ahead. And time. Great work. Okay guys, we're now moving on to crunches. So we're gonna attach that door anchor a little bit lower, and then we're gonna lie down on our backs. Get into position here. Begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's go. Exhale on the way up. Very important to breathe on your crunches. Do not hold your breath. It's the most common thing I see is people holding their breath while they're doing crunches. Or they hold their breath and they breathe out at the top. Don't do that. You should be able to hear yourself breathing as you're doing your crunches. Great job. Getting ready to go on to exercise number 3, which is chest press. So once again, we want to take this door anchor and we're going to move it a little bit higher, about shoulder height, even a little bit lower is okay. So we're going to grab onto our bands, turn it around, and once again, these bands go under the arms, not on top. If you go on top, it just starts to really irritate the skin. So we're going to go under. So we're going to begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, and staggered stance. Chest up high and shoulders back. Hang in there. Time. Very nice. Okay guys, moving on to exercise number 4. Touch this band about hip level. And we're gonna go into our squat to row. Once again, as we squat, bending the knees and the hips will go back. So that's that hip hinge that we talked about, right? We're gonna create a hinge in the hips. It's proper squat form, proper deadlift form. Practice that hip hinge. You can practice that as much as you like. Get in front of a mirror, practice keeping the back straight and hinging the hips. It's actually really good for the glutes and hamstrings. You also get a nice stretch back there. So we're gonna begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's go. Breathe, inhale down, exhale on the way up. Pull all the way back and pinch those shoulder blades together. Try not to slouch as you bend down in your squat. Look straight ahead. If you're getting tired, you're getting fatigued, it's okay, take a break. Take breaks as needed. Keep practicing this workout, and over time, you're gonna be able to get your endurance up and you're gonna be able to go all 3 rounds with no breaks. And you can even use thicker bands with more resistance over time. But start light, take it easy, gradually work your way up. There's no rush here. Time. Very nice. Next, moving on to our glute bridge. This is body weight only, no resistance needed, no dumbbells needed. You can add dumbbells if you'd like. If you're advanced, you can set a dumbbell in the front of your hips, but for now we're just gonna go for body weight. All right, so you wanna lie down, hip width stance, both feet pointing straight ahead, abdominals drawn in tightly, activate that core. Take that belly button and draw it in. Squeeze your butt or your glutes, whatever you wanna call it. 2-second pause at the top and we're gonna come down slowly. We're gonna go for 60 seconds. Begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's go. Up. Come on down nice and slow. Don't let your butt just drop. Back up. 2-second pause. Come down nice and slow. And up. Squeeze. Good. As you bring those hips up, dig those heels into the ground and draw your heels in back towards your butt. You want to be activating glutes and hamstrings. Biggest mistake on these is activating the quads. So instead of pulling in, we got people pushing out. So we're gonna be pulling in. Think of it like you're trying to pull that mat in as you come up. Hands can go on the hips, go on the ground, whatever you want. If you're holding onto a weight, you just hold that weight right on top of the hips. Kettlebell, dumbbells, 45 plate, 10-pound plate. 2.5 plate, it doesn't matter. Just push yourself. And time. All right. So that concludes round 3. Go ahead and grab some water, set your timer, take a break, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minute, whatever kind of break you need to get through this last round. Get a towel, wipe your sweat off, and we're gonna go ahead and go into our last round. You guys still with me? I hope so. Okay guys, I'm glad you're still with me. Hopefully you're not too tired. If you are tired, that's okay. Try to push yourself a little bit, and let's go ahead and start this last round. We're gonna start with our running in place for 60 seconds. So we're gonna grab our bands. Once again, we want about anywhere around the hips and shoulders for the height. And we're gonna get ready and let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's work. And time, great work. Heart rate's getting up, body's getting warm. Go ahead and grab a sip of water real quick if you need it. Moving on to crunches. Make sure that door's shut so that band doesn't snap on you. I've had one of these bands snap on me and it hurt pretty bad, so it's not a joke. Go back into our crunches. Don't forget to breathe. Hang in there, keep moving. Push through that burn. And time. All right, on to our next exercise, which is chest press. Try to keep the heart rate up, try to move at a good pace if possible, but once again, take breaks as needed. If you feel you need water, if you feel you need the rest, if you feel yourself getting dizzy, go ahead and sit down and take a minute, let that heart rate come back down. We're gonna take our anchor and we're gonna move it on back up. Just about shoulder height. Let's go ahead and turn around. We're gonna begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's work. Breathe. Exhale as you push. Exhale as you contract. Always exhale when the muscle is contracting. Try to be conscious of your breathing, and then after a while it's going to become automatic. You don't have to think about when to breathe. It's going to be automatic. Always exhale as you contract. Breathe through your movements. Never hold your breath. Keep that core tight, belly button drawn in. Push yourself, keep moving. Learn to find comfort in that burn, that burning pain. You get used to it, you adapt to it. It never stops burning, but you get used to it. And time, well done. Next movement, we're gonna go on to our squat to row. So we're gonna move this anchor down a little bit lower. down to hip level, okay? Hip width stance. Toes are slightly turned out, and we're gonna begin. We're gonna go for 60 seconds. Are you still with me? I hope so. We're gonna begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's go. If it's too easy, go ahead and move back. Create some more tension on the band. If it's too hard, move forwards. Make less tension. It's okay. You get stronger as time goes by. This is a marathon, not a race. Fitness is a marathon, it's not a race. Small baby steps, small gradual changes over time, and it all accumulates into something huge. You just gotta keep going. You can't be skipping the workouts, can't be skipping the meals, can't be skipping the supplements. You gotta stay consistent. Keep that back straight. Now is when you're more likely to get injured, when you're getting fatigued. Pay attention to your movement. Move correctly with good form. Slow it down if you need to. Heels on the ground. Time. I know that you're starting to feel that burn. I know your heart rate's starting to get up, because mine is too. But we are almost there. Okay guys, last but not least, finishing off with our glute bridge. Hip width stance, both feet are pointing straight ahead. Abdominals drawn in tightly. Take that belly button and draw it in towards your spine. That's your own built-in weight belt. That's how you activate that core, and it supports the spine. Do the drawing in maneuver. We're gonna begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. 2-second pause. Squeeze those glutes. Exhale. Squeeze. Back up. That's what it's about. Right here. Movement. Getting that heart rate up. It's a low impact workout. It's easy to get started on. It doesn't take much of your time. You can start with once a week, and then increase it twice a week, 3 times a week. And after a while, next thing you know, if you build and work on making this a habit, 5 times a week, maybe even 6 times a week, 15 minutes, actually 17 minutes with breaks. 15 minutes of work. Very good. We have now completed the workout. We're now finished. 5 different exercises, 3 rounds. We did it in a circuit fashion, 60 seconds each. Okay. Very well done. Got the heart rate up, got the body moving. We started with running in place. We started with crunches, and then we did chest press, and then we did squat to row, which is one of my favorites. It's a full body movement. I feel that's one of the ones that's responsible for getting the heart rate up the most out of all these exercises is the squat to row. It's that and the running in place. And then after we finish with a glute bridge. So we hit some biceps, we hit some triceps, we hit some chest, we hit some shoulders, we hit some core. We hit a little bit of everything. So this is an amazing workout. It's entry level. You can go at your own pace. You can start with 30-second intervals. You can start with 60-second intervals. It's up to you. You can even go for 4 rounds. You can add in an extra round, especially after that 3rd round. You'll probably have most of the movements down, but it's about practicing these movements and getting better at movement and trying to improve and really get these movements down and work on moving better, work on your form, work on going faster, work on pushing yourself during these intervals. I want you to make sure you subscribe and hit that like button down below and save this workout and incorporate this into your routine. Once again, if you don't have a lot of time, this is literally 17 minutes out of your day, and you get to work out with yours truly, Jeremy Scott. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more workouts just like this that you can add into your day, and so you can get stronger, be healthier, and get fit and feel good and live the best life that you deserve to live, because you know you deserve it. Until next time, Jeremy Scott, out.